by the way, are you an innie or an outie? Does your belly button stick out or does it go in? Some gross things can happen if you don't wash your belly button. I'm going to tell you exactly what can happen. Also tell you exactly how to clean your belly button. Well, do you even know what the belly button is there for? Why it's there? It's interesting because actually the belly button was where the umbilical cord was once attached. That is, when we were in our mother's womb, the umbilical cord is that thing that attaches the baby to the mom and helps deliver nutrients from the mom to the baby, because the baby can't get them on its own. So that umbilical cord is super helpful. And when the baby is born and the baby's breathing on its own and doing all that good stuff, the doctor cuts the umbilical cord. You've probably seen this in movies or even with your own children, etc. And then what remains is a stump. That stump then falls off a little bit later when the baby starts getting a little bit bigger, and what remains is a belly button. That's right. Now look, this is the thing. That belly button has to be clean, because if it's not, some crazy, yucky things can happen. First thing is bacterial infections. That's right. The belly button, especially if you're in any, has lots of folds and stuff like that. Moisture and debris can kind of set in those little folds. Actually, it can sometimes be hard to clean, so I'm going to talk about that too. But this is the thing. Moisture and debris can sort of get in there and actually cause a bacterial infection where you may need antibiotics for, to be honest with you. How would you know? Well, a foul-smelling odor from your belly button could be a sign. Redness, swelling, pain, discomfort. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning it to avoid bacterial infections. But yeah, that could be a sign of a problem down there with bacteria. But also, number 2 is potentially a yeast infection. That's right. We can get yeast infections in other parts of our bodies. I know you guys know that. We can also get yeast infections in our belly buttons. Why? Because you got that fold situation going on. There can be moisture, sort of darkness, that a place where yeast can grow and thrive. And what that can cause is some symptoms that are similar to bacterial infections, but a little bit different. You can get some redness, some itching. It can become kind of itchy and uncomfortable. Also pain, and sometimes some discharge as well. So you want to be very cautious about that. And this third thing I think is so interesting, right? So of course you can get bacterial infections, you can get yeast infections, also called fungal infections. I just mentioned that. But you can also get stones, like belly button stones, navel stones. That's right. I know you're like, what is that? Well, basically, it's like a buildup of debris and skin cells and stuff that have been building up for a long period of time. Like if you don't wash down there for a long period of time, you can actually get these sort of like stone, like these hard nodules, almost like they look like blackheads almost. But it's debris, it's skin cells, all that kind of stuff that's building up, and it kind of creates a stone-like consistency. Kind of yucky. Your doctor can help you remove those if you need help. But the best way to prevent them, which is what I recommend, is to make sure that you are washing your belly button routinely. Now, how do you wash it, you say? Good thing is you don't need much special. Soap and water will do. I recommend getting a wash towel, like a washcloth, okay? And getting in there with your belly button and making sure you're washing it. Now, this is also a place that you could actually use Q-tips. I'm not crazy about using Q-tips on anything, sort of, especially not your ears and not sticking it in things, but you could actually use a Q-tip in your belly button with soap and water to try to clean it if that makes it easier for you. Make sure that you're washing it, guys. And if it gets a little smelly, that's a sign. Hey, don't forget about me, the belly button is saying. Make sure that you wash it. Soap and water is pretty much all that you need. If you have any questions or problems, make sure you contact your doctor, because we can help you out. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. Let me know if this was helpful, what you think. If you're cleaning your belly button, if you're an innie or an outie, and anything else you want to tell me, please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for updates. And also consider joining my subscription groups there too. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. I'll see you soon.